Hi everybody, my name's Jacinta and this is
Brie.
And we're here to talk about some owls. We are with the World Owl Trust. So tonight it's a little bit different. As you can tell, I'm a bit nervous. Are you a bit nervous? Are you?
Yeah.
I don't think you're as bad as me, are you?
No.
No.
I'm too excited.
So, I know, you're so excited. So we haven't got the gorgeous Richard with us tonight. He's been furloughed. The trustees felt it was probably better under the circumstances that he be furloughed for now. So I get the job of doing this instead. We have had a really exciting week. What's happened, Brie? Can you tell everybody what's happened?
We been outside, but Mommy and me been outside.
You have, and what happened? Did we get some baby owls?
Yeah.
That's right. We got some baby owls, didn't we?
And our plants grow.
Our plants have grown as well. That's right. So we've been doing lots and lots of things with nature, haven't we?
Yes,
That's right.
and we've been looking after kids.
We've been looking after the owls, haven't we?
Yes.
So the first owl to hatch, I think we put that on the Facebook page, didn't we?
Yeah.
The first owl to hatch was yellowhead. What type of bird is yellowhead, Brie?
It's the creech owl.
Western screech owl, that's right. And already he's grown such a lot, hasn't he, in that short time? Because we've actually been feeding him. Now, let me just show you something. This is really interesting. The Western screech owl came out of this egg.
Yeah, do you see it hatched?
Yeah,
like
let's not touch it, let's not touch it. We've got to be very careful because we're going to send this egg away to be DNA tested. That means the special membrane inside the egg is going to be tested and it's going to tell us if we have a boy or a girl. That's very clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, if we didn't have the egg, the other way we'd be able to test to see if it was a boy or a girl would be to take one of the feathers, because they can tell by collecting the DNA from the feather as to what sex it's going to be. So that's very exciting.
So when the feather falls off, we're going to pick it up and then we're going to send it.
Okay, we could do that, couldn't we? But at the minute, we'll send the egg tomorrow, now that we've shown everybody on our live. We're going to send the egg to find out what the Western screech owl is. Yeah? Okay. So, we thought we might...
We've been doing things and we've been looking after the birds and the...
Do you think we ought to feed the Western screech owl just a little bit? Shall we show everybody how we feed the Western screech owl?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get him out now. We're just going to place him on this special mat. It's a non-slip mat, so he's going to be okay, isn't he? We've got these special tweezers. Now here, do you know what this is, Brie? Can you tell everybody what is the bird's food?
It's mice. Dead mice.
That's right.
So we eat it with blood.
So we mince it all up, don't we? So he's got all of the meat, he's got the heart, he's got the bones, he's got the skin, he's got the fur, and he needs all of that to make him really healthy. Now, before we feed him, what do we need to do? I nearly forgot. Okay, you can clean your hands. Good girl. I already did mine a minute ago, so that's okay. There we go. So then we're going to zero the scales. Could you zero the scales for me, please? That's right. Good. So we've got to wait for it to go to 0, and then on top we've got a special pot that we're just going to pop him in. There we go. You sit there. Well done, Yellowhead. He will get another name. He's just Yellowhead at the moment, so we can identify him, isn't he? Okay, so let's have a look. He weighs 60 grams.
And we've got a lot of food for him.
We have, yeah.
If he eats all,
he'd be very fat if he ate all of that, wouldn't he? We're not going to give him it all. So, we need to write down on a very special sheet how heavy he is.
He can eat a teeny weeny bit, but...
Yeah, what do they say? Never work with Children and animals? And I thought both. Okay, so we know the time, 7:30, and he weighs, what did he weigh? 60 grams, didn't he?
Yeah, 60 grams.
Okay, so we write that down. Now that's his weight before he's fed. So now, let's give him a little feed. Let's give him a little feed from this side, shall we?
Maybe
Turn your hand. That's it. Good. So just touch the top of his beak. Can you remember we're going to tickle his beak? Tickle, tickle.
Oh, he's opening his eyes.
Oh, he is. He's fairly coming on, isn't he? Go on then. Give him a little feed. There we go. Oh, yeah. Well done, good girl. And perhaps that bit there, because we need to give him a balanced diet, don't we? So he needs to have some skin and some bone. Oh, there's a big bit. Let's see if you can manage that big bit. Let's have a look. Wow. Wow, that's it. Well done, good girl.
Baby.
You're very good at this.
Baby.
Oh, and a bit more.
Baby.
Now, if anybody's got any questions, do keep typing away because we are doing something slightly different tonight. We've got another volunteer on the camera and we've got a volunteer on the computer as well, so hopefully your questions will come through as you type them. Obviously, I won't be able to answer them because I've got to supervise both my cuties. There we go. Wow, well done. Brilliant. Oh, he loves that, doesn't he? He's loving that. Well done. Try a bigger bit. Oh, 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 that's it. Oh, wow, that's very big. Let's see if he can manage that yet. He wouldn't have been able to manage that a couple of days ago, would he? Here we go. Hold it up a bit. Let him put his head right up. Lift it up. There we go. Bob, 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 bob. Tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle. No, that's maybe too much. So we'll just give him a little bit more. Okay.
I can't.
He might get a little bit confused if we both do it, can't we? Lift up a bit. Good. And release. Well done.
We were quite simple.
Now, I've just realised, please, Stuart Wilson, do not judge my nails. Remember, we have been in lockdown for 6 weeks. Go away, go away, go away. You don't need to see my nails. Okay, so we're going to feed Yellowhead a bit more later. But what we normally do is zero the scales again. Got to make sure it's on 0. Yep. Okay. Lovely. Thank you very much. And in the pot he goes. And how much does he weigh now? So he's eaten 3 grams of food. Now, the way that he's been going over the last couple of days, I think we need to feed him a bit more later when we've got some more time. That's it, you clean your hands. I think he's probably going to have about 10 grams in total from this feed tonight. So that'd be brilliant. So come on, Yellowhead, off you go. Now, I have got a picture of a western screech owl when it's fully grown. This is the actual size. This is the actual size of the male. So the daddy owl
has
is
yellow eyes
yeah.
and has that hand has like feathers all around it.
Yeah, so it's going to change a lot, isn't it? So this is the actual size of the male western screech owl. But look, this is very clever. I like this. Ta-da! Bree, watch it. That's the actual size of the female western screech owl. So the lady, the mummy, is that big. So depending on whether Yellowhead is a boy or a girl will depend on how big it becomes. Okay.
Right, we have tissue to do.
Okay. Hold on. Let's keep on track. So, the next owl that was born, that we were very excited about, because this owl actually hatched just in time for bedtime, didn't it? And there's a picture of Bree on the Facebook page, and she's holding the tawny owl just after it hatched. She was so excited. I can't tell you how excited she was. The giggles were unbelievable, weren't they?
Yeah, and tickling my can.
He did. Now, shall we have a look at Yellowwing? Because Yellowwing is our baby tawny owl. Okay, put your hands together for me. That's it. I think the baby tawny owl is going to be Brielle's favourite. To you? You'll notice his eyes are still closed. He's still quite small, but he's grown such a lot since that first picture. Okay. Can you remember, what do we do before we feed the owl? What do we do? That's right, we zero the scales to make sure that we're getting the right.
I put him in.
Can I pop him in? Just to be very careful. There we go. Pop him in. Let's have a look at the numbers. Let's have a look at the numbers. We're on 52. 52 grams.
52. That's all.
52 grams.
Can I do it?
You can, but I'll let you do it a little bit later. We'll practice your numbers later. Sit down for me. Okay, so it's 52 grams. Shall we open the food?
Yes.
Okay, and let's get him out. Pop him on the non-slip mat.
And now we can eat.
And now he can eat. So let's give him some nice juicy pieces of food. Shall we take quite a big bit to begin with, because he'll probably be quite hungry to start with.
That might be a really juicy bit.
I think it might. Let's have a look at it.
That might be a bit fat.
Let's try.
You never know.
You never know. Okay, here we go. Come on, Yellowwing. You need to look at the person feeding you. There we go. Oh, don't forget to release. Oh, well done. That's so good. And another piece.
I think it likes it because it thinks it's so juicy.
Yeah, okay. Let's have another juicy piece of meat, please. There we go.
Have a really.
Right, there's a piece of skin as well. That's quite good. Okay, so you're tickling the top of his beak. Oh, he's getting good at this.
Oh, yes,
At first, he was quite hard to feed.
Now he's quite easy to feed.
Yeah.
Cool.
But Bree's been practicing quite a lot, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oops.
And
There's me making a mess. Tickle, tickle. Oh, I think you're better at it than me, aren't you? I think you could do a better job than me. Go on, one last piece. And then we'll finish off later, won't we? Good girl. Not to him, no, because we've already fed him.
Really?
Yeah. Yellowwing. Release.
No, I do it.
I know, darling. There we go. So, let's zero. Make sure it's on zero. And go on then. One more piece. You remind me of our president, Mr. Warburton. He always says, oh, just one more chick. He always gives them lots of food. Okay, let's clean him up a bit. Right, in you go. Let's see. Oh, so 54 grams. So again, he's had 2 grams, but he'll get fed a little bit later on. Okay. Now, we don't actually have an iPad big enough to show you a fully grown tawny owl.
Yeah, so, I did hold him, so might I have to wash my
here's
hands.
One. We made earlier. This is our fully grown tawny owl. What do you think of him?
He's a bit floppy, but...
It's a bit floppy.
But it's okay. He'll get used to it soon.
So in 3 months, only 3 months' time, our baby, Yellowwing, will be this big. How quickly they grow.
That's that big.
Yeah. Now, these are the owls that people
I'm so excited.
I know. These are the owls that people tend to bring in to us to look after, and it's such a shame because actually they're very independent owls and they don't need us to interfere with them. What happens is it gets very, very smelly in the nest. Can you imagine having 4 brothers and sisters all pooing in one nest? It would get very, very stinky, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So, the tawny owls...
Ew.
Absolutely. So the tawny owls don't like it very much. So they decide, I've had enough of this. And they decide to pop out of the nest. Now, they can end up on the floor. And of course we could go walking along and we could see this really cute fluffy tawny owl and think, oh no, where's his mummy? Where's his daddy? It's lost. What are we going to do? And that's the problem.
I got a good idea.
No, I know your idea. I think your idea would be to pick it up, wouldn't it? But no, what we need to do...
Of course, we can't really get in the nest.
Well, no, because his mummy and daddy are still looking after it. So they know exactly where the baby is. So if we pick it up, two things. It means that we're taking it away from its natural environment, which isn't very kind, really. But also, the mummy or the daddy might come and attack us and say, hey, get off my baby. So if we see it and it's in a place that's dangerous, so if it's in the middle of the road, for instance, all we need to do is pick it up, put it to the side of the road, possibly on a wall or on a branch, in a safe place. We could go back and check it later just to make sure that mummy or daddy has found it. But that's the way we can help them. We mustn't take them away. Now, some people worry because they think a bird can smell if a human's actually touched it. Well, that's a myth. They can't. They can't smell us at all.
But if it's a teeny weeny bird goes on the road, the car might.
It might. So we could move it, couldn't we, to keep it safe?
Yeah, so if it nearly goes on it, it might get hurt by, like, it might be dead.
Well, we would hope that it wouldn't get dead. We could help it and then leave it and then check it later, couldn't we? Yeah?
If it gets dead, we can give some milk. Well,
they don't really like milk. Can you remember what we fed them? They have to eat mammals, animals, okay? And they have to eat them raw. They don't put them in the saucepan, do they? Because that would take all the goodness away. They have to eat all the feathers, all the bones, all the fat, all the skin, everything, the whole of the animal, and that makes them grow up so quickly in only 3 months. Can you remember?
Yes, and the baby tornado didn't open its eyes yet, but it won't open its eyes in a couple of days.
It will, you're right. So now we have a special surprise. We have somebody who watches from South America every single week, and we know that he loves one very special owl. And it just so happens, Anthony, we have just hatched our very own Chaco, and it actually hatched yesterday, which is absolutely fantastic.
Can I hold it?
Of course you can, if you sit down very carefully and put your hands out for me, because we need to stay safe, don't we? There we go. You sit very still. Now let's show the camera, because we want Anthony to see this little Chaco owl, because it's the one he loves most. So, hello Anthony in South America. I hope you're very happy to see this owl today.
This is a baby one, and it's really cute and has fluffy.
It's much fluffier than it was yesterday, isn't it?
Oh, it's trying to eat me, but it's tickling.
Do you know why? Because he wants you to tickle his beak with some food, doesn't he? But we'll do that a little bit later on. Now, I'm just going to take him off you for a second because he's still very delicate. There we go, good girl, well done. Let's put Yellow Wing back in his box.
I just have to wash my hands.
And if I can just get my cameraman to focus into the scales for a second. We've zeroed the scales. Let's see how big this Chaco owl is. It is a massive 22 grams, wow! And it'll grow so quickly. We're going to keep an eye on the owls over the next few weeks. I think you'll be surprised at how quickly they do change, actually.
We can fly it when it's much like this.
So, do you think it would be a good idea, Brie, if we show the audience from when they're tiny babies through to them growing up and getting bigger and getting their flying feathers, and then...
But there's one more thing.
Go on, what is it?
We have to go in a big, huge nest like this big.
Oh, an aviary, you mean? Yeah, we've got lots of aviaries, haven't we? And the Trust are building, can you sit down? The Trust are building lots and lots of aviaries at the moment because we need to have lots of homes for these birds, don't we?
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised how big an aviary each bird needs to excel.
I've got one more question.
Go on.
Well, we can make a hole by scissors because trees don't have holes in them.
Well, some trees do, and sometimes you would get birds in those holes, but most owls and birds make nests a bit like this, I suppose, but bigger. Well, so they make it out of all different things so that they can have their babies and keep them warm.
And like...
Okay. Can you remember you helped build an aviary? It was on Facebook as well. Can you remember helping to build that aviary? Yeah? Well, that's what these ones are going to look in.
And we can do it with feathers and...
We can, to make them feel at home. So I just need...
So don't get very cold.
So I just need to just have another little chat with everybody, okay? And then we're going to go, because these babies still need to be fed. So how can we help? We need to help by leaving wild birds alone, don't we? So please please don't pick them up. I know you think you're helping them, you worry about them. We're very emotional about animals, aren't we? Birds are not that emotional. They don't.
Birds can land on roads when the car goes round, it can scare them, and then he can fly.
So if you see them, put them in a safe place. I think Bree's trying to tell us, aren't you? That's right. Okay. How else can you help? Well, we worked out today that to feed one of these owls for a month, we would need 1 bag of mice. 1 bag of mice costs...
1, not 2.
Not 2,
1.
just 1. 1 bag of mice costs £23. How much does it cost?
3.
£23. So, if you would like to, perhaps you could go to our Just Giving page and you could donate £23 to buy a bag of mice for one of the owls. Or, as we've got 3 here, you might even want to buy 3, who knows? Or we might share that. So 3 people could maybe buy a bag.
We might want 4 or 5 or 6.
Well, maybe they might want to do that, but even if it's just 1 bag, that would be enough. Although, I remember you came to me before, didn't you? And you said, Grandma, that's my other name, by the way, Grandma. I've got some money here that I would like to give to the owls. Can you remember that? Where did we put it?
I don't know.
Oh no. I thought, oh no, where is it? Because it was your very own money, wasn't it? Oh, where's it gone?
Just take off.
Okay, just take it off. Just take it off. No, it's not there. Anyway, I'm sure Bree will be able to find that later for me. So if you could just donate, that would be absolutely fabulous. We'd really, really appreciate it. There is a lot of cost at this time of year because...
It must be in your pocket.
Oh, it must be. Let me see. I don't think it is, but we'll find it, don't worry. At this time of year, there is a lot of cost for the World Owl Trust to find money for things like aviaries and food for the birds and all the equipment that needs to go with that as well. So if you could be so kind, that would be wonderful. What I'd like to start doing, if you don't mind, I can't do this without your permission because of this data protection thing, but I would actually like to mention some people, if they'd like that have donated to the Trust. I know that we have got some lovely followers, and I do see actually the same people donating each week as well, which is lovely. It does show how much you care, and we really, really do appreciate it. We really, really do. So, I think it's a goodbye from me, and it's a goodbye from... Hello? Let's try that one again. We didn't practice this one. So, it's a goodbye from me, and it's a goodbye from...
Me?
Yeah!